The weirdest thing about living alone for the first time isn't the silence, it's the little things that don't add up. Like, every morning, my roommate's toothbrush is wet. He's been gone for weeks, traveling in Europe, sending me the occasional selfie from some cathedral or cobblestone street. I keep telling myself I must be imagining it, that maybe water dripped from the faucet or I knocked it over, but it's always just damp enough to be used. I started leaving it in different places, on the shelf, by the sink, even in a drawer, but every morning, it's back in the holder, wet as ever. At first, I laughed it off in group chats. Maybe we have a toothbrush ghost, I joked, but deep down, my skin prickled every time I reached for my own brush. I started checking for signs of someone else in the apartment, but everything seemed untouched, except, sometimes, I'd wake up with the sheets twisted around me, like I'd been fighting someone in my sleep. I blamed stress, my job, too much caffeine at night. Still, I bought a cheap little camera and set it up in the bathroom, just to ease my mind. Last night, I woke up with the distinct sense that I wasn't alone. My room was thick with shadows, quiet except for my own breathing. That's when I felt the floorboard creak by my bed, and saw a figure standing over me, out of focus, familiar. My heart stopped when I realized it was my roommate, pale and trembling, his eyes wide like he hadn't slept for days. He leaned down, his voice barely a whisper, "You're using my bed." I scrambled out of bed, heart pounding, but when I flicked on the light, the room was empty. The sheets, though, were damp and cold, as if someone had just gotten up. My hands shook as I checked the bathroom camera footage. The screen flickered, and there he was, my roommate, except he never looked at the camera, just stared into the mirror for hours, unmoving. His toothbrush, still wet, rested in the sink, next to a thin trail of muddy footprints leading out the door.